Hello, welcome back to another episode of this restoration of this Pancotti Italian accordion, and it's been a little while since the last little video. I've just been busy working and other things, family and all kinds of stuff, but also the fact there's been a lot of reeds to do. I've got them all here, so you can see. Just angle this down. Here we go. So that's all the reeds I've done. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 reed blocks. So they're all looking all a lot better. Now they've all got their brand new, all the reeds have been thoroughly cleaned and checked. They've all been waxed in, and there we are. So it took ages. And you could have a lot of wax, a lot of valves. I think this is the most reeds I've done actually in an accordion, because it's a 120 bass, 40 something keys, 41 keys I think. It had 3 sets of reeds in the bass and 4 sets of reeds in the treble. So yeah, it's pretty big. Anyway, so they're all done. So that's good. So now I can just leave these reed blocks and not put them in just yet, because the next step before I put them back in is just to check the mechanism on the bass side and the treble side. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So I'm just going to put these out of the way safely so they're not going to get damaged or in the way. So just give me a tick. Okay, so this is the bass side, and you can see there's the 120 bass buttons. What I can do is just have a quick look at the bass side palettes. Now, just looking at them, first of all the buttons seem to be working, which is good, nothing sticking. And the actual palettes themselves, they look like they've got very soft leather on the inside, and the leather, I can just feel it, is in really good shape. Now that could be a blessing, because if I can not have to replace the pallets on the bass side, that's a big job not to do, because you might have to take all the bass mechanism out to get to them and actually look really nice. So what I might do, rather than go straight into changing the bass side pallets, is assess the compression of the accordion when I've done the other jobs, and if it's feeling absolutely great, then I'll probably will just leave those bass side pallets, because they're just look in good shape and they're not causing any problems at the moment. Okay, so the mechanism has got a big bar, that a switch, and what that does, it moves these brass connecting rods with a series of linkages and springs, and they will eventually attach to one of 2 of these brass strips with holes in, and these will slide in and out of the 2 of the bass side reed blocks. So the first thing I'm going to do, like I did on a different video, is to just give these brass slides a little polish with nothing more than a soft t-shirt. So I'm not going to put anything on them, I'm just going to give them a little clean up, little polish, and just remove gently as I can anything that might be on there. So I don't want to put anything on them, I don't want any oil or anything like that, because that will cause them to stick in the reed block. But just a dry soft cloth, and being very careful not to bend these, because they're so thin and so delicate that they could easily get bent. But you can actually feel it with your fingers, make sure you've got clean fingers, that they slide really nice. So that's just all I'm going to do with these, and that will definitely help. So then the next step is to look at the linkage mechanism and try and get that as free as possible, because the more friction there is in that linkages, the harder it is to change the selector. So it's a bit like when I'm fixing bikes, say I'm doing a gear service, I want to try to reduce the friction at all points. So the chain and the cogs, the cables, the casing, shifter, you're trying to reduce the friction at all the different points so that you get a nice working mechanism. So those are feeling good. I might just put them carefully to one side so that they don't get damaged. There we go. Now with this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get some spray lube, which looks like this is what I use for my bike repairs. It's just a very light lubricant. It's not like WD-40, it's actually a lot lighter than that. But what I'm going to do here is where the mechanism is moving, I'm going to look at the pivot points, and I'm just going to give it a little bit of lubricant just where it pivots. I'm not going to spray gallons of the stuff in here because I don't want to get it anywhere near the pallets or anything else. So what I will be doing is I will put a t-shirt over the section of the base side where the pallets are going to go, not the pallets, the reed blocks are going to go, and just expose the mechanism. And then I'm going to just get my light lubricant and give it a tiny spray and a wipe down. So I might just change the camera angle for a minute. Okay, so just going to get my light spray and just where the linkages are. Nothing too much. And then what I'm going to do next is get another little cloth and just mop up any excess, and then I get this and just work it back and forwards, and already just by doing that feels a lot smoother, which is good. There's no broken bits, so that's great. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to get my soft cloth and just carefully wipe down everything so there's no kind of residue anywhere. Now I've done the lubricating, that's what I meant to say. I'm just going to give it a little wipe so I haven't got anything excess getting in the way. This actually gives the brass connecting rods a nice clean as well at the same time, so that's all good. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Oh, I just got a bit more. I've just spotted some more mechanism here, so I'm just going to a little bit soak into these hinges, which actually move. Not too much. And wipe off any residue. It just actually gives it a little clean as well, which is nice. And it's just, oh, that feels 10 times better than it did. Happy with that. Now the next thing I'm going to get the base reed blocks back and just check the slides inside those reed blocks. So give me a second, I'll just get that. Okay, so what I've got here is the 3 base side reed blocks. That one hasn't got a slide in it, so I'm just going to put that to one side. This one has, and I've just put the slide back in and I'm just checking, and there's no obstructions. It's going through really nicely, so that one's fine. And I've got the other one here, so that's all fine as well. So the next thing is to put the Reblocks back into the accordion with the slides and just see how they work. So let's have a go. Let's start with the biggest one. There we are. That one's in. Now I'm going to put the middle one in. Gosh, it all fits together nicely, which is nice. That one's in, and I'm just going to put the final one in now. There we go. That's all three Reblocks in. I'm just going to tighten down the little clamps. I am really impressed with the construction of this accordion. That bass side just slotted together so perfectly, and it's like nearly 100 years old, maybe 90 years old, and just really impressed. It's a high quality build, methinks. Okay, so now the Reblocks are in, the next thing is just to have a look at the mechanism. So if I hold it up like this, hang on just a sec, hold it up like this, and let's see how this works. And I'm really pleased with that. That actually feels really light to touch and just really free. So I think I'm chuffed with that. That's working really well. Okay, so I can put that to one side, and now I'm going to have a look at the treble side mechanism. Let me just get that. Okay, so we've got the treble side now, and again this has got a bar that moves. Now this one feels pretty tough, quite stiff, so I think this one needs a bit of work as well. So first of all, let me just turn it over and I'll show you the. Okay, so just like I did before, I'm going to get a t-shirt and I'm just going to pack out the inside apart from the mechanism. I'll get my light lube and all the bits that pivot, so the little rods that pivot in here, I'm just going to do those, and then also the switch, okay, which is here. There's a mechanism here. I'm just going to put a little bit of light lube on the hinges of that and just See if I can get that just a bit freer. I think these little hinges in here perhaps just got a bit sticky. I'll wipe off any residue in a sec. Still feeling a bit stiff, so I'm just going to get down there. Get that worked in, that's feeling better. Just work it in. Okay, I'm just going to wipe any excess off there. Just wipe any excess off the inside. Okay, so this is better. Yep. Just a few more. Yep, that's definitely fine now. So the next thing is to get the treble side reblocks and check that the slides for those go in as well. So okay, so I've just put the slides back in. Just checking that they are moving nicely. That's that one, and there's this one. So they're all moving nicely inside their reblocks. So the next thing I'm going to do is just put the reeds back into this treble side and then check the mechanism. Let me just turn it around a bit and show you. Okay, so let's get these in. Make sure I'm getting them in the right place. And then I can just check how they are doing. Right. And as with the treble side, bass side, sorry, it's remarkably easy to put these in. I'll put the clamps down in a second. Just put the last one in. And I think that's just testament to the way it's been built. It's remarkably simple to get those reblocks. Just finish off by tightening up these clamps. So, and just give it a little test. There we go. Right. So that's the... Okay, I'll show you what I've done. So, oh, there you go. Hang on, get that out of the way. So the treble side reads in, and then this is the... So I think that's absolutely going fine. So I'm just going to double check it this way round. There we go. So that's now the treble side with the Reblocks in, and the bass side, get that one as well, with the Reblocks in. So that's a nice place to stop this little video. Just bring it up a little bit. So I'm pleased with that. So I'm pleased I've got all the mechanisms working, all the Reblocks been finished. So that's a really good point. So in the next little video, what I'll do is I'll get to work on the treble side pallets. So just get these wooden blocks off the arms, clean them up, reface them, and then glue those back on. And then we're making some nice progress. So like you know, gradually getting through the jobs, but I'm really pleased with the way this has gone so far. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.